Hi everyone. Thank you so much for joining class today. We are going to be, there's a bee. We are going to be on our mats the entire time today. We're not going to be doing any standing, so make sure you have a nice comfortable surface that you're laying on, and we'll get started in a seated position with our legs out nice and long. We're just going to start with some simple neck stretches. So I just want you to be taking deep breaths and just look to the left and the right, not stretching or pulling too crazy, just releasing tension from the day and warming up that cervical spine, your upper spine. We're going to be doing a 30-minute intermediate class today. So this might be hopefully challenging for you, but I'll always provide modifications. We can go ahead and just look up and down. Nice deep breaths. All right, go ahead and widen your legs to about the width of your mat. Make sure that you're sitting up nice and straight on your sit bones. We are going to start with something called the saw. So bring your arms out straight out of your shoulders here, and we're going to be twisting. I'll twist toward the camera so you can see what I'm doing. Twisting so that your pinky is going towards your little toe. Now, the thing that makes this different from just a hamstring stretch is that I want you to imagine that you have like a barbed wire right at your breastbone region, right at that thoracic hinge, so that you're kind of imagining that you are leaning over an invisible wire here and leaning so that pinky touches that little toe and then coming back up. So you're twisting and leaning over that wire, which is going to engage your obliques and your entire abdominal wall, as opposed to just leaning all the way forward and stretching out your hamstrings. That's what's going to make this into an ab exercise. Lean over that invisible wire. This is really good to warm up your spine, starting with some rotation here. Make sure you're breathing. Very good. Do a couple more here. Really leaning into those deep abdominal muscles. All right, you can go ahead and bend your knees. And I want about a fist length between your feet and your knees, so they're not too far apart and they're not completely squeezing together, but just about a fist width apart. And we are going to do some spine twists with a little bit of a knee lift. So go ahead and put your arms out in front of you. Pretend like you're holding a beach ball. So your hands and your arms are just kind of nice and rounded here, like you're holding a beach ball, and then just widen them a little bit. So like you're holding a really, really big beach ball. And we're just going to do some spine twists in this position. So to get the form down on this one, I also want you to think about twisting from that breastbone region. So instead of twisting all the way over and trying to get as far over as you can, I want you to imagine that you have a corset on that's limiting your range of motion to really just your shoulders and above the breastbone moving. And again, that is going to really help you engage your entire abdominal wall. It is definitely going to limit your range of motion, but it's going to fire those muscles a lot more. Make sure you're breathing here. Let's go ahead and add a knee lift. So we're just going to lean back just a little bit so we have room to lift up our leg. If you're feeling up for that, if not, definitely just keep going with your feet down with the spine twists. You can either keep your knee bent or you can extend the leg straight. Up to you. This is going to force the lower abs to work a little bit harder, adding in the leg. We're really going to burn out the abs in the first few minutes of class today. Keeping those arms nice and wide. They're not creeping in, nice and wide. Good. Go ahead and come on up. I'm going to scoot down on my mat a little bit because we're going to do some half roll downs. If you've done the last class with me, we did half roll downs in this position. So you'll bend your knees, and we will actually put our knees and our feet together for half roll downs. It'll kind of assist you with the movement. So squeeze your knees together, squeeze your feet together. And we're going to start with a pelvic tilt in this position. So you're going to tuck your tailbone under, and that's going to engage your lower abs. And then you're just going to let that tuck kind of go all through your spine so that you're in a nice C shape in this position. And you're going to lean back just as far as you can, about until you feel like you're going to tip back over onto the ground. That's where I want you to stop, is when you feel that catch, like you're about to tip back over. So we're in a nice C curve here. Nice deep breath. Arms are stretching forward, and then we're just going to curve back up. We'll just do a couple of those. Squeeze your legs together, tuck the pelvis under, and lean back until you feel like you're going to fall. And then lean forward, untuck the pelvis, and stack your spine. One more, and we're going to stay down there. All right, so in this position, I just want you to extend one leg long. It doesn't matter which one. We're just going to alternate here. These are called teaser prep leg lifts. If this is a little bit too much, you can always just bring your body up a little bit and don't go down quite as far. Again, like I said, we're burning out those abs. Make sure you're breathing, not holding your breath in this position. All right, and then roll back up and stack the spine. Okay, we're gonna go back down and we're gonna do one more variation of half roll down, okay? So nice deep breath. And tuck the tailbone under, come back into your C shape, press your legs together to assist you in this position. We're gonna do those spine twists in this position. So like you're holding a beach ball, and then widen your arms as much as you're able to, and we're going to twist. You can add in that leg lift if you want, or you can also omit the leg lift, because it is pretty difficult in this position. You can always keep your arms right in front of you. That'll also help. Having them wider adds to the weight of your upper body. So definitely increases the intensity of the move in your abs. You're doing so good. These are super hard, very intermediate move that we're doing here. Finish what side you're on, and then go ahead and curl on up, stack the spine. So good. All right, we're gonna come down onto our backs now. You're going to, well, real quick before we do this move, make sure that you are in neutral spine in this position. So if you've taken classes with me before, you know we've heard about neutral spine. So if I was going to put a hot cup of tea on your lower stomach, it would not be tipping back toward your stomach. It would not be sloshing all over the place. It would be nice and steady on a smooth horizontal plane of your lower stomach. And there's going to be a gap between your back and the mat, okay? So in this position, I want you to keep your left leg bent and send your right leg long out onto the mat. We're going to come up into ab prep. So energy shooting through your fingers, and you are going to lift your head, lift your shoulders, and keep about an orange size gap between your chin and your chest. Okay, so I don't want you crunching your chin in too close to your chest. We want to protect your cervical spine. In this position, we are just going to lift that right leg up as far as you can and drop it back down. If you're not able to hold ab prep in this position, that's totally okay. You can come on down and you're still going to get a good workout in your abs, even if your head is down. And only bring your leg in as far as you're able to. Another great modification for this is to bend the knee in and then send it out long. You're still going to get a fantastic burn in the abs with this modification as well. You can kind of build up to whatever level of strength you're feeling today is great. All right, in this position, we're going to do some leg circles. So go ahead and send it out to the outer side of your mat and then back to the middle and back up. Only go as low as you can. Sometimes in this position, you'll find that your hip flexor starts to pop. If you find that happening, just don't go down as far or don't make as big of a circle, because that means that your hip flexors are trying to take over all of the work as opposed to your abs in this position, all right? Just do a couple more. Whew, these are hard for me. All right, go ahead and bring that leg in and extend the opposite leg long. We're just gonna stretch that out. It is difficult to keep that one out of the hip flexors. My hip flexors in that position get sore pretty quickly because it's very, very difficult on the abs. So my hip flexors try to take over. Okay, let's go ahead and send this leg long now. And this will help you release this hip flexor as well that was just working. It's not bad to work the hip flexors. It's good to work the hip flexors, but we do want to primarily work our abs in that move. Okay, we're gonna switch sides on that one. So bend your right leg and send your left leg long. Option to come up into ab prep, keeping that hot teacup on your lower abs nice and steady, and a gap between the back or the mat and your back. And we're going to lift that leg and lower. Even though it's the leg moving, we really want to try and force our abs to be the main movers in this position. Try to exhale on the exertion. Go as slow or as fast as you'd like. Make sure you're breathing. Let's do those leg circles. So leg out toward the outer side of the mat and up and down. I think we went the opposite direction actually on the other leg. So let's go out and then down and up. Out, circle down and up. Out, circle down and up. Doing so good. Can't talk much during this one because I'm really working those abs. All right, very nice. Okay, go ahead and bring that leg in and extend the opposite leg long. Just give a quick stretch to those legs. Then we're gonna do a bridge series. It has some of my favorite moves in it. Go ahead and switch legs. All right, so go ahead and place your feet on the mat with your knees bent. Again, we're gonna go into a shoulder bridge. So I want palms flat on the mat beside you, and we are going to use our glutes to press our hips up to a shoulder bridge, stopping at, again, that breastbone region. We don't want to be overextending so that we're up on our shoulders. We want to stop right at around where your bra strap would be. Your abs are super engaged in this position as well. And then we're just going to come all the way down and then all the way back up. So these are just full shoulder bridges. In this position, glutes are on the entire time. They are the main movers of this exercise. So they are doing all the heavy lifting. Your hamstrings are going to be helping the booty with this work. So you're coming all the way down and resting for just a second before they push all the way up to the top of the movement. You can kind of press your triceps down into the ground, press your palms down into the ground to get a little bit of tricep work, as well as assist your booty with the work here. All right, now we're going to bring the booty almost all the way down to the mat and then push it back up. So not resting at the bottom now. So we're staying in motion the entire time. Come almost all the way down and then push it back up. Booty is on. We've burned out the abs. Now we're gonna burn out the lower body. Starting to definitely feel your hamstrings in this position. All right, go ahead and pulse it up at the top. So we're gonna hold it at the top and then just pulse down and up. This is a really small range of motion, and I want you to squeeze your butt cheeks together so hard because they are doing all the work. I don't want this moving into your lower back. If you do start feeling your lower back, That's okay because you're getting stronger, but just come down and rest for a second, okay? If you start feeling it in your lower back. Otherwise, we're gonna stay up and pulse, 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 pulse. Arms pressing down into the ground. All right, and stretch it out. Knees to your chest, lower back sinks down into the mat, and you can just sway back and forth. Whew, give those muscles a little rest. We're about halfway through class right now. All right, so go ahead and we are going to come back into a shoulder bridge. So feet are on the ground and we are going to push up into a shoulder bridge. In this position, before we go into our next move, I want you to just bring awareness to the fact that your hip bones right now are on the same plane. So if I were to put like a 2x4 on your hips, it wouldn't be falling off to one side or the other because they're on a completely equal plane. So bring awareness to that fact. And then we're going to do toe taps in this position. And I want you to keep your hips as steady and still as you are able to. So lift the right leg to a tabletop position and lower. Lift the left leg to a tabletop and lower. These are super, super challenging. And it's especially hard if you're trying to keep those hip bones completely still. So if I was just looking at you from like hip bones up, I wouldn't be able to tell which leg is moving. I wouldn't be able to tell by you're moving and trying to compensate for the side that's working. You want to keep those hip bones completely still, and that's going to force your glutes to work so hard. Your abs are still on in this position and you are breathing however feels good for you. Abs are on, booty is on. Next time you get your right leg up to tabletop, go ahead and leave it there. We're going to do that series again where we go all the way down and then all the way up with this right leg in tabletop. Try to keep those hip bones completely steady. This is super hard. So if you need to rest your right ankle on your left knee, you can definitely do that. That will help for sure. Or you can also just put both feet down and do the series with both feet down on the ground. Go ahead and hold it up, and we're going to pulse it up here at the top. I know, this is so hard, but you're doing so good. You are doing such a hard thing. You are honoring your body by challenging it and moving it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it down. Knees to the chest. If you don't feel your left butt cheek working, then you're probably like a Greek goddess because that was crazy hard. We are going to repeat that series on the other side to even it out. Okay, so back in position here on our shoulder bridge position. Arms are pressing down into the ground. Go ahead and lift up. We're going to start with the toe taps again, just regular toe taps. So right leg up and down, left leg up and down. I literally feel this in my booty. I feel this in my hamstrings. I feel this in my inner thighs. Like this is such a fantastic lower body exercise. Very nice. Try to move slowly and with intention. You want this to be controlled movement. You're going to get the most out of the movement if you move nice and slow. Next time you have your left leg up in tabletop, we're going to leave it there and we're going to bring it all the way down and push it back up. Keeping those hips nice and still. Again, if I had that 2x4 resting on your hips, would it be falling to one side or the other, or would it be perfectly stable resting on both hip bones? All of this work is in your right booty cheek. She is powerful. She is working hard. Go ahead and hold it at the top and pulse it. Tiny little movement, tiny, 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 but oh so mighty. Pinch those booty cheeks. You got this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Hug the knees to the chest. Oh my Lord. Oh, nice deep breaths. Go ahead and extend that right leg long And you're going to twist your left knee over to the right side. Extend your left arm out long and try to look over to the left. Try to keep your shoulder blade down on the ground so that you really get the most out of the twist here. And you're going to feel that left booty cheek open up. Nice deep breaths. All right, let's do the other side. Go ahead and extend left leg long, and you'll twist over to the opposite side. Breathe into that right side. Very proud of you. This is a tough workout. All right, go ahead and come up onto just in a seated position. We're going to do a side lying series that involves a little bit of wrist strength. So we are going to stretch out our wrists real quick. So I want you to go ahead, extend either arm, doesn't matter, and extend your palm out away from you. And we're just going to do finger pulls one at a time. Gently pull one finger back at a time for just a moment. Just a couple seconds. Pull it back. You'll feel that stretch all the way through your forearm. Don't forget your thumb. And then grab all 5 fingers and stretch them all back at the same time. If you bend your elbow just a little bit, it'll force that stretch into your wrist a bit more. And then we're going to flip the wrist so that the palm is facing you, and you're just going to push down on that palm toward you, just really, really gentle. Again, this isn't going to be a huge range of motion. We're just kind of stretching and warming up our wrists because we're going to be using them in just a second. All right, let's switch hands. So go ahead, other hand, palm out away from you, and just do finger pulls one at a time. Hold them for a couple seconds at a time. This is really good for wrist strength, especially if you work at a desk, if your hands are kind of in that computer position a lot, or if you have babies and your wrists are kind of in weird positions a lot. Go ahead and grab all of your fingers and pull them all back towards you really gently. Bend that elbow for a deeper stretch. And then flip the palm so it's facing you and gently push the palm towards you. Great, and then just roll them out a little bit. And switch directions. All right, so like I said, we're going to be doing a little bit of a side lying series here. So come on down to your right side. And we're going to come all the way down onto that right forearm. I want you to go ahead and take that right arm and just hug your waist with it. We're going to do tricep pushes. So this is a pretty difficult move, but there are a couple different ways to modify it. So you're going to place your left palm right down in front of your shoulder. I would say this is a pretty moderate place to put it as far as how hard it's going to be. If you want it to be a little bit easier, you can move your palm out a little bit so it's a couple inches away from your shoulder, or you can move it up a little bit so it's a little bit above your shoulder. So let's go ahead and try it, see what you think, and then adjust accordingly. Okay, so we're going to use all of the strength of our tricep, the back of our arms here, to push your body weight up, and your feet in this position, by the way, your legs can be bent and stacked in this position, and then just come all the way down. Again, you can move your arm out in front of you a little bit more. That's going to make it a little easier. Or you can place it a little bit above your shoulder. You can also just not go up as high, but you should be feeling this in your triceps, all in your triceps. There's no other place to really feel this one because the back of your arm is doing all of the work here. Very good. Make sure you're breathing. Keep your abs engaged. So good. I'll just do one more. Awesome. All right. Go ahead, and you can either do this next move with your arm bent. I'm going to do it with my arm extended. These are called hug the moon side bends. So I want you to go ahead and do a little ballerina arm above your head, kind of like if you were holding a beach ball above your head, but just with one arm. And we're going to extend up into a side plank and then kind of overarch into a side bend and come back down to seated. You want if you're in this long arm position, you want your hand to be right under your shoulder, so not too far out here and not too far in toward your body. So go ahead and come on up. Keep going at your own pace. You want to overarch. You're going to feel this in your obliques big time. This is a big, strong ab move we're doing here. Push, make sure you're not sinking down into that shoulder. If you're down on your elbow, this is kind of what it looks like. Shorter range of motion, but still a ton of burn. Good. Let's just do one more, and then we're going to hold it up here. Go ahead and extend that top arm long, and we're going to do a rotation. So we're just going to reach underneath our body, like if your phone was on the opposite side of you and you're trying to reach for your phone, and then extend back up. And rotate and reach. Rotate and reach. Try not to actually have your whole body come forward. Again, I've said this many times, try to twist at that breastbone region, and that will get the most out of the twist, okay? Let's just do 3 more. Don't lock out your elbow if you're in the straight arm position. Soft bend in the elbow. Very good. All right, come on down. Go ahead and stretch out that side body. Nice deep breath. All right, let's go ahead and switch sides. So we're going to do those tricep pushes again. So come all the way down onto your forearm. Wrap that left hand around your waist. Go ahead and whatever placement you want to do with your hand, go ahead and place it there, and then come on up to a tricep push. Another way to modify this is if you just start at the top and only go down as far as you're able before returning to the top of the motion, as opposed to coming all the way down and pushing all the way up. That'll definitely make it more doable. Make sure you're breathing. You are so strong. You are showing your body love in moving it today. Even though we are burning it out, it's an act of love. Just do one more. Very good. All right, go ahead. We're going to do those hug the moon side bends. So either come down on your elbow or do the straight arm right underneath your shoulder. Legs are stacked. Hug the moon up here, hug the beach ball, and we're going to lift up and bend over towards your mat. Nice, big, exaggerated motion here. Rest at the bottom. Or if you want it to be a little bit harder, don't rest at the bottom. Nice deep breaths. The whole side of our abdominal wall, those obliques are working so hard for us. All right, last minute of class, we're going to do those rotations. So go ahead and extend that top arm long and reach behind you, twisting right at that mid-spine, thoracic hinge, breastbone region, like you're wearing a corset in this position as well, like we did with our seated spine twist at the beginning of class. Twist it out like you're wringing out a wet towel. Nice deep breaths. Don't lock out your elbow if you're in the straight arm position. Let's just do 3 more. Last one. Nice. Come on down and stretch it out the opposite side. Whew. Ah, nice deep breath. You did it. You did a 30-minute intermediate class. Amazing job. That was super hard for me as well. I feel it everywhere. Before we go, we're just going to do just a quick stretch on both sides. So I want you to keep, as we're in kind of this folded leg position, go ahead and keep that right leg folded beside you and move your left leg to the front so that your shin is lined up with your mat. And then we're going to place the hand right behind you. I'll kind of twist so you can see what I'm doing here. So in that position, go ahead and place your hand behind you with your palm flat on the ground, and we're just going to stretch our hips forward, which is going to open up the entire front of your body. Feels so good. I feel it particularly in my right hip flexor. Nice deep breath here. And sit back down on the booty. We'll do it one more time and then we'll switch sides. Sweep the arm back as you lift your hips and push them forward. Kind of let your head drop back. Keep that back arm straight. If you've never done this before, it kind of might feel kind of tricky to get into it, but it feels really good once you're in it. Very, very good. Go ahead and switch sides. So tuck that left leg bent beside you, and then that right leg is in line with the front of your mat. Place a hand behind you, sweep your arm back long as you push your hips forward and let your head hang heavy behind you. Nice deep breaths. I feel my back crack in this position every time and it feels amazing. Then come on down. We'll do one more. Sweep back and push the hips forward. Very good. All right. Awesome job. That was 30 minutes packed full of muscle burn and delicious Pilates amazingness. So thank you so much for joining today. My next class is on Saturday, this coming Saturday at 7:30 a.m. for a beginner level class. So if you'd like to sign up for that one, let me know. And thank you so much again for joining today. As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the class and tell your friends and family to join a class as well. Okay? Have a great night.